Go ahead and try and move those feet. Really try.
In this week's hypnosis tutorial, we're talking about the power of language. That's what hypnosis is all about, so keep watching and find out what I mean. Hi there, it's Tran here from Feel Good Hypnosis, and every week I provide a hypnosis tutorial, a breakdown of a street hypnosis clip and explaining some aspect of hypnosis in that clip. So what we'll do first is show the street hypnosis. It's just a short clip, but it's a beautiful clip. You've seen this guy before, and I'll put links in the info section to other videos from that guy, and they'll also be in the description section if you want to scroll down, and you'll see more videos from this guy. But this week we're doing a simple foot stick, but within this there's beautiful examples of just basically hypnotic language. So if you want to learn more about hypnotic language, keep watching after the street hypnosis clip is over. In the meantime, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget to click the big red subscribe button so you get notified every time a new video comes out from myself, Feel Good Hypnosis. Click the grey notification bell button next to that subscribe button. And if you have any comments about this video or any of the videos, leave it in the description, the comment section of that video. I really want to hear from you and want to find out what you think of the videos, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, please drop them in that comment section also. In the meantime, let's watch the video and find out what's happening.
In a minute, on the count of three, you're going to open your eyes and you'll no longer feel like laughing any more than is good to laugh. But in a moment when you wake up, your feet are going to feel like they're cemented to that floor, locked and stuck to that floor. You will not be able to move your feet. It's like they're part of those tiles, part of those bricks. You will not be able to move your feet. And the more you try and move those feet, the more those feet just lock and stick down. Nod your head that you understand. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. Feeling good? Good stuff. Go ahead and try and move those feet. Really try. Really try. The more you try and move those feet, the more they lock and stick down. Really tight. Look at that face. He's really trying. Stop trying, stop trying. You're going to burst the blood vessel. Look at me, look at me. Stop trying now and sleep now. Deeper, deeper.
So welcome back. Wasn't that a powerful hypnotic street hypnosis clip? The guy just could not move his feet at all. He was a great hypnotic subject, and if you watch the other videos as well, you'll have known that already, but he really was a great hypnotic subject. So let's break that down. Ultimately, hypnosis is about language. It's not about the beams coming out of my eyes, because there's no beams that come out of my eyes. It's not about the magnetic fields that come from my hands. It's simply me talking to the subject, having put them into that induced state of focused attention called hypnosis, and then giving suggestions that, as the suggestions are being listened to by the unconscious mind more openly, they're accepted by the unconscious mind without question. So what are the suggestions, and how do I tailor those to make sure that they are accepted in a good way? Well, the very first thing I say is in a moment. Now, in a moment just sounds like a throwaway statement, but it's a very powerful hypnotic language pattern, because what in a moment means is you don't need to think about it yet, and you don't need to feel it yet. Even if you don't feel it, just I'm telling you, it's going to come in a moment. So you're free to start using your imagination as to what way it's going to happen. If, for instance, I was going to say, in a moment I'm going to throw a ball, 1, 2, 3, and I actually threw a ball to it, in your mind you'd already be prepped to, you'll brace yourself for that ball, because I'd told you in advance that it was coming, as opposed to just standing there talking to you and then bang, throwing a tennis ball or whatever without you thinking about it. So in a moment is a very strong language pattern, because it gets you at an unconscious level to imagine whatever way he throws the ball, I know I can catch it. So in this situation, I'm saying in a moment, but not yet. You're going to feel like you're stuck to the floor. I'm giving him a chance to brace himself for what it will feel like when this actually comes to pass, when it happens. So the next language pattern after in a moment is, it's like you are stuck, cemented to the floor, like you're stuck to the floor. Now I'm saying it's like you're cemented to the floor. So I'm not saying you are cemented to the floor. I'm very, allowing you to use your imagination. What would it feel like you were cemented to the floor? So there's no cement. He hasn't seen me come in with a shovel and some sand and some cement to cement his feet to the floor, and it wouldn't stick that fast if I had just done that. So when I say it's like, I'm just giving him the opportunity to metaphorize inside his mind. Is metaphorized a word? Metaphorize in his mind what it would be like if his feet are cemented to the floor. So I'm not saying it is. I'm not giving a direct command at that stage. But I then layer it on after that. I say you're stuck. You're stuck. You're locked to the floor. So I have went from a it's like to a direct command. If it is locked, it is stuck. And again, that subtlety of interweaving in, you know, in a moment, which is very a soft thing to do and talk about, and it's like, which is a very soft thing, it's not a command, to it is locked, it is stuck. So I've transitioned from one thought to another, and it's giving him that time for that in a moment to catch up to now I'm telling him it is locked and stuck. Of course it isn't locked and stuck, but that suggestion in this hypnotic state will allow him to accept that suggestion that it feels locked and stuck. And then just to mix in with the weave, I go back into it's like you're part of those tiles. So I went from a it's like to a direct suggestion back to it's like. All this mixing up is almost like a confusion technique in a way, because I'm bombarding him with a lot of suggestions. It's concrete, you're locked, it's stuck. It's like you're part of those tiles. They're all different things, but they all end up in the same situation of making him feel like he cannot move his feet. I'm creating a lot of opportunities, and he just has to accept one. He doesn't need to accept all those suggestions. He just needs to accept one or two of those suggestions, and he will not be able to move his feet. And then I move back into the you will not be able to language pattern. So I'm more from a metaphoric to actual and direct, to a metaphor, then back to an actual. So all these things help to just mix it up to allow him to pick one. It's like offering someone a big tub of mixed sweets and saying, pick one. You know, you can choose which one you take, but as long as you take one, that suggestion will stick inside your mind. So lots of opportunities within that. Finally, I move into the try word. Now, if you don't know this already, the try is a very powerful word, because try implies failure. So I say, the more you try, the more you cannot move your feet. So what I'm saying is, the more you fail to move your feet, the more you will fail to move your feet. If you were to change the literacy of that language pattern, the more you try, the more you won't be able to move it. And it almost becomes a hypnotic leap, because the more you can't move it, the more you try, the more you try, the more you can't move it, and it becomes a very deep spiral of thought inside your head. Think of try like, and I often say to people, you know, if I said I tried to run a marathon 2 months ago, that implies I never actually ran the marathon. I either failed to turn up, or maybe I started but never got the full 26 miles along that route. You know, if you ask me to come to a party on Friday night, I say, well, I'll try and make it. Implies, well, I might be there, I might not be there. Try is a very strong implication, a very strong word that implies failure, and using that in a hypnotic sense is very powerful in terms of telling people they will not be able to do whatever you're asking them to do. In this case, the more you try and move your feet, the more you will not be able to move them, is telling them basically that their feet will not move. So with all that mixed in, I say 1, 2, 3, open your eyes, and he tries to move his feet. And as you can see, he clearly can't, and I tell him, I gored him along to say, really try. And he is almost trying to lift himself up. You see his hands moving up like this here in an attempt, and his face is going red. You might even just about see him really biting his lip, as like he's really putting all the effort into it. I was actually, as you heard me say, you know, you're going to burst a blood vessel there in a moment. He was turning so red and so putting so much effort into it. And that's because every inch of his mental capacity has now accepted the idea that his feet are stuck and he cannot move them. So all these gestures of his hands moving, of him biting the lip, from, you know, putting effort into it and really trying to reorientate himself, that's great signs that the suggestion has totally stuck. And again, that shows you the wonder that hypnosis is. That without any glue, without any locks, without any concrete, he cannot move his feet, because he's used his imagination. And again, it's not about me controlling him and stopping him from moving, but his imagination has stopped him from moving. Isn't that fantastic? So I hope all that made sense, and I hope you know a bit more about the language patterns of hypnosis. And I say that's all hypnosis is. It's the careful and delicate use of language patterns to help people, you know, accept suggestions and reinforce suggestions through those multiple ways of implementing suggestions, direct suggestions and metaphoric suggestions, of using temporal changes by saying in a moment but not yet, and also using the word try to imply that failure in whatever you're trying to do. So I hope all that makes sense, and if it does, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget, click the big red subscribe button and the grey notification bell next to that to be informed next time I bring out a video. I try to release a new video every Sunday, and well, it's September now as I shoot this video. I think I might be shooting 2 or 3 today and releasing them over the next couple of weeks, just to get some videos shot outside in this nice fresh air, because this is the first, I'm going to say, sunny day. It's not even too sunny right now out here, but it's not raining, put it that way, here in Northern Ireland. So hopefully I'll get a few more videos shot today and released over the next few weeks before we have to move inside with this extra commentary out of the rain, as it were. In the meantime, see you next Sunday. Thanks very much for watching all the way through.